Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. We are the Group 5 and we will talking about the managing culturally diverse team. So first, i-define sa nato kung unsa ang cultural diversity. So cultural diversity can be defined as the existence of two or more persons from different cultural groups in any single group or organizations. And cultural backgrounds are very important considerations in assembling and managing work groups because because since we have a different cultural backgrounds, it might affect on how we interact with other people, and it can lead or we can deal with conflict tungod sa atuang different backgrounds. And both organizations and team members must be able to accommodate individual differences and possesses the ability to work as a team to meet organizational targets. So, accommodating the differences of your team members is very important gid siya for a successful and harmonious work environment, since it allows for a diverse range of perspectives, ideas, and skills to be brought to the group, and it will leading to more innovative and effective solutions. And also, dili lang siya maka-enhance sa productivity and creativity sa group, but also maka-promote po siya og sense of belonging and respect among team members.
Cultural competence is the ability of a person to effectively interact, work, and develop meaningful relationships with people of various cultural backgrounds. Cultural background can include the beliefs, customs, and behaviors of people from various groups. Gaining cultural competence is a lifelong process and increasing self-awareness, developing social skills and behaviors around diversity, and gaining the ability to advocate for others. It goes beyond tolerance, which implies that one only simply willing to overlook differences. Instead, it includes recognizing and respecting diversity through our words and actions in all contexts. So, in this report, we will talk about cultural competence and its importance. So, since line tag cultural backgrounds and giganan, so mag-talk ta about ana and how should we deal it, especially sa working environment nato. So why is cultural competence is important? In other words, although we have always lived in an ethnically diverse society, we are all operating in an increasingly culturally diverse environment where we need to be able to interact, communicate, build relationship, and work effectively with people from diverse cultural and ethnical backgrounds. Moreover, those are of us working with youth need to prepare them to operate in a society that will be even more diverse in terms of religion, ethnic background, and sexual orientation. So no matter what your religion or ethnic backgrounds and sexual orientation kay, you must kanang ma-fit bitaw gihapon ka without any judgment from other people, because in the industry na atong gisudlan kay dapat naa ang pagkaka belong bitaw ka, dili ka maka-feel og kanang dili ka part ana ba, kay because you are being judged because of your religion or background or sexual orientation, because in a working in a working society or in a field kay dapat maka-feel ka og safe ka, dili ka maka-feel og kanang you're being judged or unsa. So today's world is diverse and global. Technology has made interaction across cultures around the world a very common experience. Social networking sites, blogs, and chat rooms are letting people regularly interact across national borders. Many industries currently have a significant amount of international collaboration and careers in many fields increasingly entail working with people from different countries both direct and indirectly. So since now social media naman atong ginagamit nga platform, so mas mapadali na to maka-interact from other people. And we can learn from their culture as well since naa naman ang social media. And nanatay bitaw ka ng knowledge about ana kay other people can share about it bitaw sa ilang culture. And since kita na nagtanaw or mga viewers from this from gamit sa aligned platform, let's say TikTok, di ba? Using the TikTok platform kay maka share bitaw kasi imong kuan bitaw, like imong culture. Let's say kita Filipinos, we have different cultures baya, like we have festivals and all, and using the platform TikTok, as I've said, kay mas ma-share na to or makakuha ng lain ta na Philippines day kay naa da inani nga kind nga culture, di ba? And inana siya kita sa maka-work sa ta from lain countries and other countries as well kay maka-work sa Philippines. And kita sad na mga Filipino kay since lain man na sila nga lain man na sila culture or gigikanan nga countries kay na sila lain ilahang kwan bitaw kanang culture, di ba? So nasa tay need sa tamo adapt sa ilaha para makabaw ta unsa ilang kwan bitaw, para dili ta maka-judge nila ba kung ano inana sila the way mo lihok or unsa dira. So recognizing our increasingly globalized society, many industries and professional organizations are emphasizing the importance of cultural competence and retail skills in essential today's workplace. So I believe dili mag-matter ang imong culture background or imong unsa pa na imong background, basta naalan jud kay skills para ma-fit ana nga job kay that's fine na jud. So despite the fact that societies are becoming more culturally diverse and globalized, issues surrounding inequality, bias and breakdowns are interculturally communications and persist. So developing cultural competence is a process rather than an endpoint. Just like any skills, the process of development and improvement continues. And it is hard to point to a particular time that we can only say it, that's it, I've reached it. There are many ways by which we can increasingly our capacity to be effective in interactions with other people. So learning more about others' culture and being aware of the current events is often key in learning about the various cultural groups' point of view. When working with people from different cultural backgrounds, it can be useful to learn about their culture's practices, values, and beliefs. For example, kay learning about the language spoken in their communities, child rearing practices, or religion traditions can help us understand and interact with individuals of group of various backgrounds. So I've said earlier kay natay different na gigikanan nga mga countries or kanang mga practices na atong ginabuhat. So if kung makabawi ta sa kanang mga practices or mga culture nila kay makabaw ta mao din ilang gibuhat kay mao na ilang beliefs inana bitaw. So dili ta maka-judge dayon bitaw, and also para maka-communicate sa other people kay let's kita ba mga Cebuano kay mga kusog bita mo kwa ng kita ang mangita og way ba para maka-interact ta sa mga Tagalog. So para maka-interact ta sa Tagalog kita ang mo adjust, so mag-learn ta og Tagalog. So since kabaw naman ta mga Bisaya na mag Tagalog, so mas dali na lang sa ato ang maka-interact sa ilaha since ang mga Tagalog di ka ba mag-Bisaya. So kita mismo ang mga Bisaya mag-adjust para maka-communicate ta sa ila. So more inana or bitaw if kung ganan ka mapadali sad ang work, so nagapon ang adjustment bitaw or need ta ka nang mag-cut on mismo para mas mapadali atong lihok. So overall, cultural competence has three important components, which is the active listening, demonstrating empathy, and effective engagement. So first, active listening. So akong question ninyo kay when was the last time nagkaroon mo og kanang active listening conversation with someone ba? Like from different mga experiences of belief or mga groups bitaw nga mga tao. So when was the last time man? So active listening to an individual allows you to learn about the person's culture and experience. You should listen to the total meaning of focusing on the content that being given and concentrating on what's being said. So I believe kanang active listening is important jud para makaila ta sa lain tao og sa culture nila. So let's say I'm from a human resource and then I nag-apply sa ako So if kung na ma-apply na sa ako kay medyo din nag-interview. So ako i-interview niya kay kana asa siya gikan unsa ka nang para bitaw maila-ila nimo ang tao. So it is very important jud mausad na atong usually ginadubaya para makaila ta sa lain mga tao or para mas makaila na to ang usa ka tao, maminaw ta nila or kanang pwede ta mag-ask questions if kung inani, ingana, pero let's also put some boundaries bitaw kay nabay questions na makasakit or kanang basin naka-cross na ka og line bitaw sa questions like unsa di imong gender, oy naglibog lagi ko sa imong gender, dili ba na pwede i-question ang inana. So mag-wait jud ka if kung inana na kanang sila mismo ang mo share sa imo ka, di ba? So the next is empathy. So the second component of cultural competency is demonstrating empathy. So it is an art of seeing and feeling situation of another, walking in another person's shoes, or seeing the world of that person sees it. Empathy involves understanding that person's perceptions of the conclusions that least you are able to see from other people's position. So I believe no sa working environment kay need naa ang empathy. So para dili ta maka-judge og laing tao, dili ta makadali-dali og kuan kay if kung ibutang nato atong position sa laing tao kay makabaw bitaw ta kung unsa iyang na feel, dili ta makadali-dali og storya sa iya ha kay mas kabaw man ta makasakit ta og laing tao if kung wala tay empathy, di ba? So I believe kanang mao gali usually sa mga managers kay mga strong jud kay sila kay nasa uban managers na grabe kay masulti pero gamay ra jud ang inana. So usually ang mga managers kay mao jud na sila usually ang mga grabe kay og mga pasensya ba kay mahal. Pero usually kita sa tanan na jud ang empathy kay mahadlok na makastorya sa lain tao og sakit ba. So I believe jud makabuild na siya relationship sa individual o even sa particular cultural group ang kuan empathy. Kay maka-understand man ka sa position sa usa ka tawo if kung na kay empathy, di ba? So last one kay the third component of cultural competency is effective engagement. So engagement should be mutually beneficial and reciprocal learning experience in which you can learn from one another. Focus on behaviors and the situation, not to the person. So I believe if kung maki-engage ka sa lain tao kay maka-learn ka sa lain tao, di ba? Sa example ka nang sa working environment. So if kung maki-engage ka sa lain nga laing tao, makakaton ka sa ilaha kay lahi-lahi ba mo ka nang the way you think og the way mo kanang the way mo mag-think og maglihok bitaw. So naa kay ma-share sa uban na wala ka kabalo og nasa lang uban na ma-share sa imuha. So mo ni ang mga mo ni siya ang mga cultural competence which is the active listening, cultural ay demonstrating empathy og ang engagement. So mo to siya. So next reporter please.
Good day everyone, I am Roby Galapin Jr. together with my partner Zyrene Lasconia. We are the reporters for the next subtopic which is the managing culturally diverse teams. So first, I'm going to introduce the topic. So managing culturally diverse teams in the macro perspective of tourism and hospitality involves addressing challenges and leveraging opportunities associated with the globalized workforce. It encompasses strategies to enhance overall organizational effectiveness within the broader context of the industry. So, 10 types sa kanang pag-manage sa mga culturally diverse teams, no? So, first is the diversity integration. So, diversity integration, recognizing and embracing the diversity of team members, understanding that cultural differences can bring unique strengths and perspectives to the workplace. So, sa kanina topic, kay for the word na integration, no? So, sa other term, kay kanang mura siya og unity. So, sa kanina palang daan is, I know that natay lain-lain na, cultural bitaw, na sa atong background, cultural background, natay lain-lain cultural background. So, imbis na kanang atong i-disregard ang cultural background sa usa kay magkita man tanan magsabot ta ba like magkausa ta para masabtan nato og makita nato na ang ato ang goal is usa ra jud siya, which is kana pa lang napagi is na possible na ma-create ta og kanang kana bitang unique na outcome or kanang positiveness or kanang success sa tuwang project. So let's now move on sa kanang cross-cultural communication. So cross-cultural communication, implementing effective communication practices that accommodate diverse communication styles and languages, ensuring clear and respectful interactions among team members with customers. So aning cross-cultural communication is, for the word na communication is, just like others say, no, na communication is the key raw, di ba? So sa pamaagi na para magkasinabtanay ta, na naatay ka lain-lain na cultural backgrounds, no? So we need to communicate each other jud na para magkasinabot ta. And also na there kanang walay mga kanang babag or like miscommunication or misunderstanding, di ba? So as part of the job na kanang magkausa is need yun na to siya mag-communicate sa usab-isa. So next is the pangkatulo, ang cultural sensitivity training. So this the in this type is providing training programs that enhance cultural awareness and sensitivity in keeping staff with the knowledge and skills to navigate diverse cultural scenarios. So in this part, no, training, so it is very important also, same as sa communication, na dapat matagusa jud sa staff members or others pa na is matrain jud siya, so that kanabitang sa training is ma-equip sila og kanang different knowledges unsaon nila pag encounter ano yung mga different scenarios, especially sa lain-lain na tong tao na mga tubang, especially sa mga customers, no, na dapat masabtan na to ang ilang ganahan in ways na dili na makapikto sa ilang kanang cultural background bitaw, like ato silang respetoon. It is pa na kining part na nasa training siya. So now let's move on sa ikaupat, which is the inclusive leadership. So inclusive leadership, fostering leadership that values and promotes inclusivity, creating an environment where individuals from different cultural backgrounds feel valued, supported, and empowered. So kaning inclusive leadership is continuous lang yapon siya sa kaning training, no, na dapat i-undergo sa tanan para po in this way, like atong marespeto nila mga desisyon, o at the same time na bisan na lain-lain tag cultural ay kanang culture nagikan kay ato gyapon sila masuportahan or ato silang i-cheer, di ba, na dili sila mauwa mo share sa tuwa, para po ma-encourage po sila na ma-share silang ideas sa tuwa, which is what nakabalo na mas better dahil sa itong ideas, di ba? So it is very helpful jud ma-apply jud nato gikan sa first to fourth. So now let's move on sa ikalima, the adaptability to cultural trends. So adaptability to cultural trends, staying informed about cultural trends and preferences in the tourism and hospitality industry to tailor services and experiences that resonate with a diverse customer base. So kaning adaptability to cultural trends kay even though na, for example, atong cultural kay lahi ba, then the next sa future kay maka-encounter tag kanang bagong lusbod na cultural trends or like usa ka person na gikan sa laing culture ba. So in this part dapat yun siya part ka siya sa training, which is we're going to prepare ourselves po sa atong mga staff members, workers, no, na ma-prepared sila unsaon sila unsaon ni pag-encounter or like kanang unsaon nila pag-adapt, for the word na adaptability, no, unsaon nila pag-adapt na maka-adjust sila na di sila makasakit or like atong nagyapong respeto ng ilang mga culture background. So that will be all. My next partner, we're going to discuss the number 6 to 10 onwards. So thank you.
So, the global market understanding. So, developing a deep understanding of the global market and recognizing how cultural nuances impact customer expectations, preferences, and satisfactions. So, it is really important for us to understand the global market. Why? It's because in that way, we're going to have ideas on how are we going to satisfy our customers' preferences and expectations. And also, in that way, it can also give companies and access to large customer base. So if we do understand the global market, then in that way kay mas malas nato ang expectation nila from us. Then we cannot like dili nato sila ma-disappoint for their preferences, because we do know kung unsaon nato sila pag-satisfy sa ilang needs and wants. And next is the crisis management with cultural sensitivity. So having strategies in place to handle crises or conflicts with cultural sensitivity, recognizing potential cultural implications in challenging situations. So for the crisis management, as we all know, every company will face crisis in some way man should. However, having a strong company culture, it plays a critical role in crisis management, as it can help leaders navigate through challenges and also on how are they going to overcome obstacles and emerge stronger than before. So it is important for them to know how are they going to manage if there is a crisis happened with the cultural sensitivity. And next is the legal and ethical considerations. So ensuring compliance with legal and ethical standards related to cultural diversity in the workplace, promoting fairness and equal opportunities for all team members. So, well, the legality, it is the act according to the law, and the ethics, it is about right and wrong behavior. So, some actions may be legal, but in some people's opinion, it is not ethical. So, it must have fairness. So, in order to promote fairness, dapat there is an equal opportunities for all team members. Dapat all of them are fair. All of them have the same they should be treated with equal and with fairness. Para walay dili siya it's like everyone should be fair. And next is the collaboration and team building. So facilitating team building activities that foster collaboration and camaraderie among culturally diverse team members, building a positive and inclusive team culture. So this is really important to have a collaboration and team building. Why? It's because if there is a team building happens in a company, or if naay team building nga mahitabo, then this one it can stronger the bands of a team of your team. Then also if there is a team building, this can lead to more innovation, efficient processes, increased success, and improved communication. Because through team building, through listening to and learning from each other's members, you can help each other reach your goals. Kay ara magkasinabot mo, you're going to have your opinions para kung unsa ang inyong plan for the next steps. And lastly is the continuous improvement. So embracing a culture of continuous improvement, seeking feedback from team members to refine strategies and practices that support cultural diversity and enhance overall team performance. So continuous improvements. So it is an ongoing improvement of products, services, or processes through incremental and breakthrough improvements. And also, example aning part is the employee training. So just because na-hard ka, it doesn't mean nga dili na ma-continue ang imong improvement, especially sa imong skills. Your day-to-day duties, it can lead to continuous improvement. Kaya sa imong day-to-day nga duties, you can learn new from each day. So in that way, ka mas ma-continue ang imong pag-improve sa imong skills, sa imong knowledge, and anything na maka-help sa inyong company. So by addressing these aspects at a macro level, so organizations in the tourism and hospitality industry can navigate the complexities of managing culturally diverse teams and create a workplace environment that thrives in diversity, ultimately contributing to the industry's success on a global scale. So overall, this muna siya ang mga plans or anything na makapa-help in order to achieve such goals sa isa ka company. So, that's it.
Hi guys, I am Giandy, together with my partner Jane Marie. So for now, we will talking about the skills for building trust and inclusions. So building trust and inclusions is an ongoing process that requires commitment and effort. By cultivating these skills, individuals and organizations is maka-create sila environment nga ma-feel sa tanan nga they are valued, respected, and included. Now, we will tackle about the 10 skills about building trust and inclusions. So, the first skill is active listening. So, ang active listening is already tackled by Miss Gomez. So, mag-add lang tao gamay. So, an active listening is very important in a workplace since it is a sign of respect to those people who are trying to convey information. So, by being active listener, ipakita na to kung unsa ka importante lang information nga gi-relay sa atoa. Also, it is important in diversity of perspectives, whereas we encounter a lot of people, especially at work, no, nga nadyo na ilahi nga pananaw, experiences, and by being open sa usag-usa, naputay mga mag-gain sa ila like different ideas, learnings, and ma-feel pud sa usag-usa nga they are belong. So next is the cultural competence. So when we say cultural competence, it is an ability to us to understand and respect despite of all the differences like backgrounds, perspectives, culture, like that. So kay bawo naman ta nga common kayo karon sa workplace nga abi kay bati kag background sa past is i-invalidate na nila ang imong opinion, or worse, they are making assumptions about sa imong personal abilities, language, proficiency. Like for example, Bisaya ka, nya, katrabaho ka sa Manila, nya, mga tao dito mga, dili tanan pero some lang, na nali mo comment nga, uy, ayaw na siya, uy, kanang Bisaya man na siya, di na siya kamaong makig-communicate diri. So, bali mo i-downgrade bitaw kanila. And, i-downgrade kanila abi kay Bisaya ka. But, because of cultural competence practices, is makahimo na taog comfortable nga environment within the workplace, and there is also sense of belonging na. Dili na ka ma-out of place or dili na ka makapafeel sa ubang nga tao nga dili sila belong. Now, the next skills is the collaborations. So, when we say collaborations, it is not only mean nga dapat ma-achieve ninyo inyong common objectives or common goals, but also it is a powerful tool para makabuild og trust and inclusions among your members. So, once we work together effectively, share responsibilities, and support each other's growth, makakontribute po siya sa pagdevelop og trust and positive workplace or environment. Now, the next one is the effective communications. So, effective communication in the workplace is very important for the success of individuals, team, or as a whole. And when we say effective communication, expected dapat klaro, masabtan, o walay confusion nga mahitabo to avoid misunderstanding. Og naapil po diri ang active listening. Expected na dyan na mga feedback gikan sa imong mga coworkers to test if effective ba ang imong ability to communicate and answer it concisely. So the next one is empathy. So understanding, sharing the feelings of others, recognizing their perspectives, and respond it with a sense of sensitivity is called empathy. It is one of the skills in building trust and inclusions. So empathy enable us individuals nga maka-appreciate sa different perspectives by acknowledging and considering sa ilang mga experiences o viewpoint as a coworker from different backgrounds. Dili kay abi maka-encounter kag sensitive nga tao, mingon din kag OA, di ba? Maura ba na kasagaran jud? Which is wrong. We must know the person first. Dili kay mo judge dayon ta. Recognizing and validating the emotions of others can build trust. We must practice empathetic responses to both positive and negative emotions para ma-feel nila that we care for them and they are valued. So the next skills will be continued by Jean.
Again, good day everyone. So in the continuation of skills for building trust and inclusion, so we have the number 6, which is open-mindedness. So approach situations with an open mind, being receptive to new ideas and perspective. So in the context of skills for building trust and inclusion, open-mindedness is a crucial skill. It allows individuals to appreciate and respect diverse perspectives. So it can create an environment where everyone feels heard and valued. Being open-minded, it can enhance your communication skills, reduces misunderstandings, and able to contribute to cultures of trust and inclusion. So, an example of open mindedness is that listening actively. So, demonstrating genuine interest in others' perspective by active listening without immediately to group or dismissing or judging others. So, the other one is that valuing diversity. So, acknowledging and appreciating the richness that diverse backgrounds, cultures, and experiences bring to a group or organization. So, and lastly, another example is the adapting to change. So, being flexible and adapted or adaptable when faced with new or changes rather than resisting them due to pro convenience notions. So let's proceed to the other examples of skills for building trust and inclusion. So we have the number 7, which is conflict resolution. So develop skills in resolving conflicts in constructive and respectful manner. So conflict resolution is a vital skill for building trust and inclusion, which is it involves addressing and resolving disagreements or disputes in constructive manner to maintain positive relationships gani, and a way for two or more parties to find peaceful solution to disagreement among them. And the disagreement may be personal, financial, or political, or emotional. When dispute arise, um, when dispute arises, often the best course for action is kanang imo siyang negotiate ka para to resolve mga disagreement kani. So there are examples of conflict resolution. So we have the active listening Japan. So naam siya sa open-mindedness. So nasa ni siya sa conflict resolution ang active listening. So taking the time to listen to all parties involved in conflict to fully understand gani kung unsa lang pasabot ilang mga perspective and concerns. And the other one is empathy, demonstrating empathy by acknowledging or validating the emotions of those involved in conflict. So the last one is that effective communication. So it can clearly expressing thoughts and feelings while kanang exchanging ganit messaging through messages. You can exchange your thoughts and feelings by communication, and it can kanang resolve sa conflict, can resolve the problem. So let's proceed to the other examples of skills for building trust and inclusion. So we have the number 8, which is the inclusive leadership. So lead inclusively by actively involving diverse perspectives, promoting equity, and ensuring that everyone has a voice. So inclusive leadership, it is a individuals who are aware of their own biases and active seek out and consider different perspectives to inform their decision making and collaborate more effectively with others. Inclusive leadership, it can unlock the potential of individual employees and create more collaboration and productive workplace. And by embracing diversity or promoting inclusivity, organization can reap the benefits of more engaged gani, so creative and loyal workplace. So there are examples of kanang inclusive leadership, which is employee resource group. So employee resource group, it can support and promoting employee resource groups that cater to various demographics, fostering a sense of community and support. And the other one is the training programs. So by training programs, it can implementing diversity inclusions training program to raise awareness and build the culture of inclusivity. So the other one is the transparent communication. So transparent communication openly about diversity and inclusion initiatives, goals, and progress to build trust and accountability. So by kanang incorporating these skills, kanang it 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 can whether our workplace, community, or personal life, individuals contribute to an inclusive atmosphere where trust is built through mutual understanding and respect. So the other example of skills for building trust and inclusion, so we have the number 9, which is respect. So respect, treat others with respect regardless of differences. So respect is a foundational skill for trust and fostering inclusion. So it involves recognizing the inherent value and dignity of each individual. So here are the example of respect. So we have the active listening. So active listening, You can demonstrate the authenticity of listening to others, acknowledging the perspectives and valuing their input of discussion. And the other example is acknowledging differences. So, respectfully with diversity by recognizing and appreciating differences in backgrounds, experience, and viewpoints. And last one is courtesy and politeness. The It can treating others with politeness and courtesy, creating atmosphere of mutual regard and consideration. So, and lastly, we have the other examples of skills for building trust and inclusion. So, we have the authenticity. So, be a genuine and authentic in your interaction. So, authenticity is a crucial skill for building trust and inclusion. So, it involves being genuine, transparent, and true to oneself, while respecting, embracing the authenticity of others. So, it means you are true to your own personality, values, and spirit, regardless of the pressure that you are under to act or otherwise. You're honest with yourself and with others. So, and you can take responsibility for your mistakes, your values, your ideas, and action alike. So, there are examples of authenticity, which is the transparent communication. So, being a transparent communication, it reflects in open, honest communication, sharing thoughts, feelings, and information openly. So the other example is that consistency. So being consistent in action and words, which builds trust by showing reality and predictability in behavior. And the other example is vulnerability. So authenticity includes a willingness to vulnerable, sharing both success and challenges, creating a more relatable human connection. So, and the last one, the self-awareness. So, it's understanding oneself or one's values, beliefs, and biases contributes to authentic interaction, allowing individuals to express themselves genuinely. By cultivating authenticity in interaction and relationships, individuals contribute more inclusive and trusting environment where people feel comfortable to each other. And that will be all the skills for building trust and inclusion. So on the next reporting, please proceed.